Hello friends, in this session we will focus the fundamental rights, 7th chapter of M. Lakshmikant Indian Polity. In the first part we have discussed articles starting from 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 up to you can say 21A. And we left one article in that provision. That is article 22. So we'll start from today, from 22 till 28, right? So I have written in red because this is, you can say, this is article 22, protection against arrest and detention. Let's understand what is this. Protection against arrest and detention. It has much importance. You just see, any person due to offense, right? That person can be detained, or you can say that person must be protected under this article 22. There are two types of protection: punitive and preventive. Punitive and preventive. You see, one is punitive, and preventive. What is preventive and punitive? We should understand. The point is that under this punitive, right, a person must be convicted by a court, right? That means the court will announce the punishment under this punitive detention. There are two types of detention. One is punitive detention. Next is preventive detention. A person can be punished, detained after the court gives judgment. That's known as punitive detention, right? This detention is of two types. One is punitive, next is preventive. But in case of preventive, the name says preventive means any person in future may commit any kind of offense or mistake or crime. So in order to prevent future crime or you can say offense, that person is detained without trial. This is with after trial, and this one is without trial. So a person can be detained, punished when trial is complete. That's known as punitive detention. But this preventive detention is that without trial, without court's judgment, a person can be detained because to avoid the future offense or crime in the society. You might have heard in elections those culprits, right? Those culprits, police arrest those culprits, or you can say those persons who may create any sort of disturbance, they are arrested, right? That sort of thing is known as preventive detention. I hope you got this point, right? Now we'll talk about Article 23 and 24. The Indian Constitution says under Article 23, prohibition of human trafficking, or you can say forced labor. Let's understand what is human trafficking. Human trafficking means, you can say, one sort of forced labor, slave, right? Suppose, as per the Constitution, human trafficking means, or beggar means, here the word beggar comes, right? What is a beggar? Right? What is beggar? Here the word beggar is coming. What is beggar? As per the Constitution, beggar means work without payment. right? Or slave means work without payment, right? So under Article 23 of Indian Constitution, human trafficking or traffic in human beings, or you can say forced labor, is prohibited, right? Because this is the right to give you, you can say, free from exploitation. In order to check exploitation, this Article 23 is very helpful. And under this Article 24, you can say that children should not be employed in hazardous industries, right? Many industries you'll find children below 14 years old, they are employed, right? Or even also while going through streets in market, you'll see many many children, they are employed, they are working in hotels and shops, or you can say in any kind of organization, right? So any sort of hazardous industries which are dangerous for children, right? They are prohibited. Those owners are prohibited. Those industries are prohibited by the Constitution. Under this Article 24, the children should not be employed, should not work in industries or factories, or you can say any hazardous organization. When there is life threat and when there is dangerous work is going on, so you can say children should not be employed there. This is the point you have to remember. So very short, you can remember children in factories. This is prohibited. Prohibition of employment in case of hazardous industries or factories. So Article 24, simply you should remember regarding children. Right? This 23-24 is a right against exploitation. Now we'll talk about right to freedom of religion. You see, articles starting from 25, 26, 27 and 28 talks about right to freedom of religion. Means all kinds of religious activities that are protected, that are guaranteed by the Constitution under these articles, right? Let's understand each of them. Article 25 says freedom of conscience and free profession, protection and propagation of any religion. That means you can say any citizen, as per the conscience, she or he can worship, or you can say profess any religion, practice any religion, propagate any kind of religion in India. This is given under Article 25. And under Article 26, freedom to manage those religious affairs, right? In many places you'll find madrasa, many religious schools are there, colleges are also there. So that are managed under this Article 26. That means you can say Article 26 of Indian Constitution says you have all freedom to manage religious affairs. I hope you got this point. Now we'll talk about Article 27. That is, you can say freedom as to payment of taxes for propagating any particular religion. Suppose Christianity or Christian missionaries coming to India, right? Any kind of all other religions, any religion comes to India with their organization, and to promote, to propagate particular, you can say religion, one religion. Then under this act, some sort of taxes are, you can say, imposed on them. This is a thing you have to remember, right? I hope you got this point. And after that, Article 28. It's a very interesting article. This article says freedom to attendance at religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. You see, what is this? This is very, very important. You see, no state funding. No state funding will be there. What I mean to say, Article 28 says state or the nation or the government will not give funding, will not fund, right, for educational institution in order to spread or implement or incite religious activities or instruction. However, under this article, you should understand that those religious activities, right, by the communities, suppose they are having schools, colleges, they can manage, they can propagate, they can instruct, but state will not give any kind of fund or grants to propagate, to give some sort of promotion or to promote religious affairs in any educational institutions. So that's why you will see in many Kendriya Vidyalayas, central schools, there is no, you can say, Hindu festival or Muslim festival, or you can say Christian festivals. Under this article, are you getting my point? So state will not give any kind of grant or funding regarding religious things or affairs or to promote religious activities in educational institutions under this article. I hope you got this point. If you have any doubt, you can write in comment box. Wish you happy learning. Thank you very much.